Make sure you outlaws go pay Hazard and Red Bandit a visit and check out their amazing Red Dead Redemption 2 videos, as they really do make great content. And if you like what they do, make sure you guys subscribe to their channels as well. Hello Outlaws, and welcome back to a new awesome Red Dead Redemption 2 video here on the channel. With so much information released about Red Dead Redemption 2, it is nearly impossible, literally nearly impossible to keep up with everything. There is tons and tons and beyond tons of information to break down. I don't think anyone was expecting all of this information to drop at one time, and seriously, Rockstar Games have really done a great job on providing in-depth full details, and credit to all of the articles out there who cover all of the latest Red Dead Redemption information, bringing their experiences to us firsthand so we can dig deep into this and see what's going on for Red Dead Redemption 2, because that is what we love to do. We love to analyze and look at some of the cool things. Now we have so much details to look into, which is awesome. If you find yourself new around to the channel, I consider you guys to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on the latest Red Dead Redemption 2 information. I always try my best to cover everything as much as possible and bring you guys all of the latest news and small details that you guys probably missed out on. And of course, there is a lot of news this time for Red Dead Redemption 2, and as I said in the previous video, I will be covering a lot of this information over the course of a few videos, as there is simply too much details about the game. There is also plenty of news outlets out there with their perspectives on their experiences with Red Dead Redemption 2, which include missions, some activities, an overall look at customization, and there is just too much, guys, to cover simply for one video. So of course, as I said, over the course of a few videos I will be breaking down and talking about all of the best details and features for Red Dead Redemption 2. So with that said, let's jump straight into this video. We're gonna get started with the first statement from a guy who actually played or started off Red Dead Redemption 2 with his experience on a demo where he actually got to control Arthur Morgan. This was his first look at Red Dead Redemption 2, and this is the opening demo for him, or should I say the opening mission, where he is controlling Arthur and he is about to perform a train heist or a train robbery, whichever way you want to say it, same thing. So let's see what he had to say about this. My demo started with a Rockstar rep at the controls, showing me an early mission involving a train robbery. It was straightforward in execution, but technically astounding, seamlessly switching from richly detailed exterior action like a scramble across the top of a moving train to richly detailed interiors, such as when the gang was able to scour a cabin's car's furniture for an important document. So what he's saying here is this is pretty much a short description of what he got to see in the opening demo, and the opening scene or opening mission was this train heist where Arthur had to obviously break into the train's cabin from the rooftop. A small example from what we see in the gameplay trailer, which kind of matches the description of this, is where we see towards the end of the gameplay trailer where Arthur is seen in a train cabin. They are actually robbing loot, and they are just like overall, you know, taking items off the pedestrians on board. Another cool fact is about train heists or train robberies overall is that they are not limited. They're pretty much unlimited, and whenever you see a train on the tracks, you can pretty much perform a heist or a robbery yourself. So you don't have to rely on a mission. You can technically just rock up on your horse and go on board the train and steal from any passengers and pretty much hold the train up if you wish. So there is no limit to this at all. I personally find that really cool, and I like the whole idea that Rockstar Games are giving us the freedom performing robberies on our own, which, you know, adds to the open world. It makes sense. So we don't have to rely on a mission, or we don't have to wait on gang members or anything at all. We can simply go up to a train, go on board, steal from passengers in order to get their loot or whatever it might be. So yeah, that's pretty much about train heists. Now let's take a look at something really interesting. I know you guys are gonna love this one. Again, here is another short snippet of what the guy had to say about trains in general. I heard a train rumbling in my direction along a nearby tracks. I had Morgan ride his horse toward a train station, where a locomotive was wheezing to a stop. I dismounted, jumped onto the train and into a car. Inside, a man with a rifle snarled that I was not welcome. I didn't care. I took some loot from a chest nearby. He opened fired. I ran and leapt off the train and onto my horse, which had been following at a gallop as I tried to flee. Armed men gave chase. A message popped up on my screen notifying me that I caused a crime. Surprising me not at all. A man driving a stagecoach was heading in my direction. I pressed the left trigger hoping to interact peacefully. Maybe I could greet him kindly or ask him for his horse, and maybe he wouldn't notice that I was being chased. I hit the wrong button, or maybe I had my gun out. Or maybe I just scared him, I'm not sure. He panicked and tried to ride away. I rode up alongside him, wondering if I could leap from the horse to the stagecoach. I got close and pressed square. It sort of worked. Morgan wound up in the carriage and the driver bailed. The other guys were still coming after me. I doubled back and headed toward the station. This is where it gets really interesting. I asked the Rockstar reps overseeing my demo if I could steal the train itself. They welcomed me to try. I boarded the engine and took control. I'd committed another crime. Who cares? I found I could cause the train to accelerate down the tracks. I even rang its bell. I accelerated. Angry men were still coming after me, riding their horses in pursuit of my now runaway train. I noticed my horse galloping loyally beside the engine as we roared ahead. I felt bad, so I jumped off the train and got back on the horse. So yes, to confirm, trains in Red Dead Redemption 2 are now drivable. This is something really awesome. And in fact, back in Red Dead Redemption, we could not control any trains at all. The only thing we could do was board the train or be a passenger on the train. That's all we could do. There was no more to it. But now in Red Dead Redemption 2, we can actually hijack the train, take over the train, and yes, in fact, we can drive the train as well. So that's pretty cool. So anyways guys, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this video. From the small train robberies to drivable trains, and to give you guys an idea of some of the really cool things we can do with trains in Red Dead Redemption 2. So that's really awesome. Now I was going to cover some missions in this video as well, but however, I feel like not everyone would agree with the missions because I think it would be a bit of a spoiler, and I don't think it would be fair to those who enjoy watching my videos. And of course, if anyone doesn't want to get spoiled by any story missions or anything like that, I just felt like I didn't really need to cover anything about that at all. In fact, if you guys want to read up on some missions, then of course you guys can go onto some of the previews. I'm sure you guys can find a handful of information about some of the missions in Red Dead Redemption 2, and that is totally up to you guys. So with that said, I do thank you so much for watching this video. If you find yourself new, subscribe to stay updated with all of the latest Red Dead Redemption 2 videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have an awesome day, Outlaws.